Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for week 48. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report, where once again we have plenty of news, we have plenty of profits, things are looking up, and we have also one of the EAs that have now doubled the account in the last couple of months. We're going to have a look exactly which one that one is, if you haven't guessed it already. So let's get started, let's get into it, and as always we're going to start off with yield notes. Unfortunately, again, this particular week sounds like a broken record here now. Nothing new from yield notes, nothing new from the CEO or the team itself. Key highlights are still in here. The NFT claim deadline extension is until the end of the year, but again, fear not, you can keep it in there. It's entirely up to you. What we are looking for now here is the 2023 audit that you see on the bottom here, and it says the commitment to transparency. They have scheduled an audit for yield notes activity for this year, and the audit will focus on staking and masternoding. So obviously that's going to be quite interesting to see exactly how that's going to go. And the next part is obviously also how much assets has actually come in, because when again we look at the Decenomy part to have a look and see exactly asset providers, how many, we still get the same number. Nothing has changed from month after month. So again, a bit disappointing that we don't know anything more, but we can of course hope that once we get the auditors in, we actually get some replies. Now, reply is also something we have gotten from the SAP staking. As you might have seen already in previous videos here, we have been battling a bit with this in the past, especially up against iHost MN. But again, 280 SAP is what we got in here on the 1st of December. And last time we had that one in was on the 22nd before, so that was 10 days in between. And then you can see there's a huge jump here of pretty much 3 weeks, where nothing happened again. So it has a bit of instability built into it at the moment. You can see that we have made 1,680 SAP. And for October, we did quite well. November was not very good, obviously struggling a lot. And now December seems to be getting off to a good start. Then it all depends on how it's going to go from there on. And for that, you obviously have to see our next news reports for December also. Now we also have the PNY in here, and that certainly doesn't go very well. The staking default, we got 133, but that we have already gotten way back in October, so on the 21st. Since then, nothing has really happened. Also here, a bit disappointing, so we're not exactly sure how we can kickstart this. It has been online at all times, so again, disappointing, and but after all, we still have our coins in here, so hopefully at one point they will be worth even more. Now, if we have a quick look at Bitcoin versus USDT, there has been quite a good positive development over time, even though last time we left it around 37,750, I believe. Since then, it was dropping down to 36,700. And then it took off again, and the highest we have registered here on the chart is 38,999. Since then, started to trade sideways again now at 38,745 at the moment. So definitely a new all-time high here before Christmas. So it'll be interesting to see if we're actually going to break into the 40,000 mark this time around. Now also a bit of news regarding the Trillant platform here. Same news basically as what we had last week, so there's not really much of an update. The update I wanted to try and give you this time around was actually the Trillant and the last packages that we had in here. You can see they are now finished. So we have received the staking of the 52 weeks of the 52 overall, so basically a year. And you can now see that the Trillant that we have in here, which is equal to the USD, is 36,146. And the 3 we have over here, which is the valuable token you have here, is 467,812. So these packages are basically done, and now the platform looks like this with no active packages. We haven't tried anything else. We haven't added anything to it at the moment. And that's pretty much how we're going to leave it for now, and then see how it's going to develop from there. Now, a quick look at CoinStore just to see how the Tree coin has managed to develop over the past week. We saw here at the red circle, we were at a value of 0.004400 last week, and since then it was looking a bit better. We managed to get all the way up to 0.0055 and then a bit. And since then it has been dropping again, so the current trend is actually downwards, unfortunately, at 0.004288. We'll have to see where we're going to go in the next week with that. We already know how Money Tree did for week 48, so the low risk part that we have in here made $81 or 1.1%, so not really major parts compared to what we have seen in the past for Money Tree. The same thing with the medium and the high risk one, also ended up again at the same dollar amount, $24, and 0.5% and 0.6% for the high risk. So again, a bit disappointing overall for that particular week, but better safe than sorry, of course. But if we have a quicker look at the Money Tree for November, for the entire month, we can see here that the low risk one made $345 or 5%, the medium risk one $119 or 2.3%, and then the high risk one $188 or 4.5%. So overall, again, when we look back at it, obviously it is a bit low compared to what we have been used to in the past, but we'll still take it because we can see that it is trading considerably more stable now again, so hopefully it will continue like this. What will also continue is definitely the profit retriever continues to do quite well, and if we have a look, we can see that the silver one is actually on top for the top 5 EAs here for this particular week of 48, $596 or 6%. We have the US 30 number 2, which is normally always a strong contender, $420 or 4.2%. Euro New Zealand, $403 or 4%. Aussie USD number 2, $395 or 4%. And then the FTSE 1 in here will also have $319 or 3.2%. Overall, if you would have traded those top 5 in the past week, you would have made $2,134 or 4.3%. And that is once again approved in our book. And as we are also having a look at the November results in here, we can see the US 30 number 2 again, it did extremely well, $2,935 for that particular month, 29.4%. And then we have the silver coming in shortly after, $2,850 or 28.5%. So some heavy profits taken here. Then we have the first currency pair with Euro New Zealand, 1,768 or 17.7%, so quite high. FTSE 100 is also up there on the index, $912 or 9.1%. And then we have the gold coming in at the bottom of the top 5 with $854 or 8.5%. Overall, again, top 5 EAs. If you would have traded those for the month of November, you would have made $9,318 or 18.6%. And definitely very good numbers once again. Now, if we have a look also at the graph and we have a look at our portfolio in here, you can see that the portfolio history has now jumped up to 624 days. Profits are still going well. You can see it on the graph here too. And if we have a look at the entire month of November down here, you can see we made $14,843. So again, it looks a lot better than what it has done in September and October. So we're very happy with that particular development. Now you can obviously find a lot more details on our website. As usual, you can go and have a look at the portfolio yourself. You can go and have a look, see exactly what are the drawdowns, which ones are the ones that are actually running best, or you can actually come down here also and look at the individual currency pairs. Just remember again the little warning here in red. Make sure that you don't trade them with too little money at the end of the day on the account. Otherwise, you could get a margin call, or it could get blown, or you could lose at least part of it. So definitely be very careful. Now, if you think it's too much, again, for you to work on the profit retriever yourself, so you can always go on the copy link trading over here, or you can simply take the profit retriever trading and then go and have a look at some of our videos we have in here. It depends entirely on you if you're up to it. Obviously, it takes time and efforts to make sure that you are actually getting some good profits out of it at the end of the day. Even the copy link service here also, you still have to go in and adjust again your lot size. Don't necessarily use what the traders are using in here. It will be up to how much risk you are willing to take. There's a lot of risk in the Trade Explorer, and for week 48 you can see that the 22 pair actually only made $148 or 0.8%, where the 10 pair one that normally takes the bigger risk in here also got the bigger rewards, $785 or 4.0%. But this time around we can actually see that the drawdown on the 22 pair has been bigger in the past weeks here, and even though it didn't cash in that much, so normally they have been following each other for quite a while, but that has certainly changed in this particular month, and you can see it right here. So for the Trade Explorer 22 pairs, $662 or 3.7%. The 3.7% is actually made up so from the balance that we currently have when we trade every single month. We should most probably change it, because now we are not updating the lot sizing anymore. We are actually using the copy link service, and you can go in and trade these ones with the Expert Forex copy link service here. So maybe the results should be a bit closer to the 6.6% instead, where we always traded with a $10,000 account. Now the 10 pair one has done extremely well for this particular month. It's not the best one, and you will see in a second also that it's still quite far from the very best, but the 10 pairs did $2,520 or 14.3%. So a very good month overall. And if we again acknowledge that we should actually refer back to a $10,000 account because we don't change the lot size, then that would have been 25% for that particular month. So that would definitely be approved. Now, if we have a look at it, don't forget here we now have history of the Trade Explorer, 200 days. And we can also see that we had a bit of a drop. So this was here where we actually took a bit of a hit. This was back in August. $1,746 was actually lost. So you can see we made it up quite quickly and then we gave it away. And after that, again, we have made some adjustments, and you can see it's running quite well. Overall monthly returns is 11%. Again, we haven't really changed the lot sizing because it's on the coupling service, so we can't really do that. But you can now see that it has doubled the account from 10,000. We have made another 10, so we're actually up to 20. And that also means that the weekly return has been 2.5%, so over the time. So that is a good and great stability at the moment. The best month we had was actually back in July with $3,553. So still about $1,000 short from being the highest profit that we ever had. Now the next one is our new EA, the Liberator for week 48. We also have the top 5 in here. And don't forget that the numbers are a bit lower because we basically put it down as it was a $1,000 account instead of the 10,000 we are normally trading with. So the US CAT, $104 or 10.4%. So here you can still obviously relate back to the percentage instead. The US Swiss francs, $71 or 7.1%. US Japanese, $69 or 6.9%. And then the Aussie Swiss francs, $63 or 6.3%. Euro USD, $52 or 5.4%. And again, if you would have traded those top 5 in week 48, you would have made $361 or 7.2%. And that would have been if you had 5 accounts in here, similar to what you have here, of $5,000 overall, but 7% in just 1 week. Definitely a very good results, and the results gets even better now that we also look for the month of November. Again here, the US CAT is on top, $430, so and 43%, so almost getting 50% in, and that means that you can basically double that particular account in something like 2.5 to 3 months if everything continues, obviously, as it is now. The next one is New Zealand US dollars, $360 or 36%. So again, the percentage numbers is extremely high here. US Japanese, $254 or 25.4%. Euro Swiss francs, $229 or 22.9%. And then the last of the top 5, Aussie USD, $195 or 19.5%. If you would have traded those 5 with a $1,000 account each, you would have made $1,467 or 29.4%. So again, very, very good numbers, especially very high percentage in here. But obviously the numbers itself is quite low because now you are basically trading 10 times smaller accounts. So instead of the 10, you are down now to 1,000. And you can find out a lot more about all this. The first results revealed is actually what we had in this particular video here. It is a couple of weeks old now, but it's definitely worth having a look. And you can also now find a bit more detail about it on our website again here, where we are showing you exactly how it goes. If you click on the individual links here with the currency pairs, Aussie Swiss francs, Aussie USD, so on and so on, it will lead you to the FX Blue site. And there will also be a bit of a number where you can find it, similar to what you'll find here on the FX Blue site. It says 1000 and then link 149C, or it will have 150C. And you'll then be able to go and copy that particular signal in here. Now, just because it says 1000 doesn't necessarily mean that you should do the exact same thing. You have to go and have a look at your risk strategy in here yourself. You got to figure out if the drawdown is too high for you, then definitely you can increase or decrease. In this particular case, you will decrease your lot size to maybe 50% of what we currently have. And if you are running a bigger account, such as 2,000 or 3,000, you might be in a safer place. Yes, you, of course, will not get as much percentage every single month, but there's a big chance that you're not going to blow your account, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So don't get confused with the $1,000 account in here. It is entirely up to you and you alone. You are responsible for your own trading, so make sure that you have a look and see exactly what the signal is doing, and similar to what you can also find here, these are the drawdowns for these particular signals. And for Expert Forex, we also have a couple of videos that Alex has made. Here, if anybody is wondering why your robot results are different from, for example, the other ones in the copy link service, or if you have one broker versus another one, definitely there can be differences in here. So that is why you always have to test your new broker out first to make sure that everything is running as you expected it to. The second one is a very nice and hopefully newly released robot by next week here. So at the moment we are talking about the Expert Forex Hedge EA. This is now a new one again, where there is a bit of a hedging. So again, it is a bit of a combination, that one here. So with the profit retriever and then merged together with the grid train multiplier. It looks very interesting. Obviously, we are looking forward to get our hands on this particular one here too, to see exactly how it can do. But in this particular video here, Alex explains some of the functionality within the EA that hopefully we can play around with very, very soon. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. I hope you enjoyed it again. I hope you also had a good chance just to see exactly which EAs are actually working very, very well if you wanted to invest in that and trade it for yourself in the future. Otherwise, there's always the options of the copy link service, where we also have all these EAs that we constantly are talking about. You can find a lot more details about it on our website. So until next week, I hope you have a good and safe trading week. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.